guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jasmine. If you are a returning subscriber, what's up guys? Welcome back to another flight attendant video. Today we are specifically going to be talking about your resume. So this is for anybody who has been seeing that flight attendant applications are opening soon. Word on the street is that the airline that I actually work for is opening the applications next week. So the buzz around becoming a flight attendant is hype, especially because applications have been closed for a while due to Miss Rona, and now things are picking back up. All the airlines are hiring, and I thought that now would be a really great time to help anybody out there who is struggling maybe with their resume, or who might think they have their resume down packed but might hear some of the tips I have and might want to do a little tweaking before you submit. So I'm really excited to drop some tips for you guys today on your flight attendant resume. Before we do, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification so that you won't miss any time that I upload. Also give this video a thumbs up so that I know you guys want more flight attendant content. Let's get right into it. So I do have a list here on my phone of just some bullet points, talking points about your resume. This video is not going to be a how to format your resume. All of the standard resume requirements are pretty much applied to applying to a flight attendant as well. It is a career. It is like you would apply for it like you would any other career. So make sure that just before we get into all the nitty-gritty, that your formatting of your resume is standard to that of any other career. So fonts, 1 page minimum, all that kind of stuff. Just keep that how it is. We're going to be talking about the juice inside of what is in your resume and what the airlines are going to be looking for and what might make you stand out more than the next person. I have 5 tips along with a little bonus, which I hope is a no-brainer for the most of you guys, but we'll get to it when we get to it. And I'm just gonna dive right in. The first thing I want to touch on is making sure that you have jobs that are related to the career of a flight attendant. So when I say that, I mean making sure that you don't have, because if it's all you have, then go for it. But if you have had multiple jobs, I know when I applied to be a flight attendant, I had a lot of in and out jobs. I was doing a lot of things with social media management and personal assisting, which in my opinion didn't really relate to what I would be doing as a flight attendant. So I chose to omit those off of my resume and hone in on the jobs that did resemble some of the responsibilities that I would have had as a flight attendant. The best thing that I can do is to give you examples. Some of the things that I used on my resume were driving for Uber. This was obviously a great one because other people's lives were in my hands. I was in charge of their safety, getting them from place to place, which makes sense, right? It coincides with kind of what you do as a flight attendant. I did put a lot of my caretaking, childcare background careers or jobs on my resume as well, because we're very customer service based. A lot of the times you don't do the safety aspect of your job as often as you do the customer service part of your job, even though training is all about safety and you get like a day of customer service. But that's neither here nor there. Totally not what this video is about. Taking those jobs that make sense. If you were a lifeguard, that might be a good job to put in there. If you work anywhere in customer service, even if it's not even related to anything that a flight attendant does, pull some of those verbs, things that you did in the day-to-day job that do relate to maybe what a flight attendant would do. It'll also help you if you know and do a little bit of research on what the flight attendant life is like and what a day-to-day in and day out kind of view is of what a flight attendant does. That will help you pinpoint which aspects of your other jobs you can highlight in your resume to help make you stand out. So that's tip number 1. Make sure you're putting jobs that are relevant to maybe what a flight attendant would be doing. Service careers, childcare, caretaking, transportation, customer service, anything with safety. Use those, highlight those, and don't be discouraged if you don't have any of those. Take what you do have and conjure up some things that maybe you did in that career that you could affiliate and associate with maybe some of the job titles of a flight attendant. Number 2, tailor your previous job responsibilities and duties to that of what a flight attendant would be. So this is directly relating to the first tip, which is picking out the jobs that you want to put on your resume that makes sense to becoming a flight attendant. But now we're going to get into those bullet points. So if you know anything about a resume structure, you have your jobs listed, but under those jobs, you should have about 4 to 5 bullet points on things that you did within the job that let the company know, a little synopsis of what your day-to-day life was like in that career. Now, this is the most important. You could put you were a carpenter, but if you hone in on those customer service skills in the bullet points, that is where the money is. Worked closely with teammates to produce products for customers. You worked with teammates, that's huge. We work as a team a lot as flight attendants. It's actually really important because you can't get the job done by yourself. Or you could say handled all customer care emails or whatever have you in regards to people's orders. So it's really important to take what you did in that career and make sure you're tailoring it to make sense as a flight attendant. What does a flight attendant do? We serve drinks and food and good service to passengers. We care for them and their safety. We provide a fun and relaxing experience as they travel from city to city. We work as a team. We have jobs and responsibilities that require us to follow protocol and different things like that you can pull from your previous job that might even sound just like what a flight attendant might do. Another key here is to always start your bullet points with a verb. This is kind of like a standard resume tip, but if you power in with those verbs first, worked, cared for, served, things like that, in your bullet points, start them off like that. That's actually a pretty standard resume tip for really any career or anywhere you're applying to. That will really catch the attention of the person who they're skimming thousands of resumes. They want to get to the nitty-gritty immediately. And so if you start out with those verbs and make sure that they tailor to and make sense to maybe what a flight attendant might do, you'll be sure to have your flight attendant put in the pile of, okay, they get an interview. This leads me right into my third tip, which is keywords. Now, keywords, I personally feel like they're important because I honed in on them a lot on my resume, using keywords like safety, transportation, or situational awareness, flexible, customer service, compliance, teamwork, team. All of those major words that I just stated are super good ones to use in an application to apply to a flight attendant. If you can take those words and expand on them in what you might have done in your previous job, you're sure to get an interview, because an interviewer, a person analyzing your resume, will see like, okay, so they might be able to have an easy transition into becoming a flight attendant because they've done X, Y, and Z. So use those keywords, those important things, especially safety, protocol, compliance, situational awareness. Those are like really big ones, to just know that you have a sense of maybe what it might be like to be a flight attendant or to handle the duties and responsibilities of what a flight attendant might do. A big one is that I remember when creating my resume was protocol, because I knew it was like important. This is a job that is really big on safety, and we're we're a transportation company. We're getting people from point A to B safely, and I know that specifically after doing research for the airline that I work for, that like safety was our #1 concern, not only for the crew but for the passengers as well. So really do your research on whatever airline that you plan on applying to. Figure out what keywords they're using on their website, what keywords that they're frequently using. A lot of them have like videos on YouTube that you can tune into and stuff. Take those and put them straight into your resume. That'll be sure to get your resume into the interview pile and get you a little bit more noticed rather than just having basic and very standard keywords for what your previous job was like. Number 4, if you're having questions about like if you should dive deep into your schooling, my personal opinion is no. I would very much keep your schooling and education background to a minimum. Most flight attendant careers only require a high school diploma or a GED. If you would like to put like your master's at Georgia State University, by all means put that. It does look better, but don't put your GPA, don't put like, especially if you're fresh out of college, or you know, it's not really necessary because that's not a requirement for becoming a flight attendant. So keep that in mind. You want to use as minimal space and keep that resume to 1 page as best as you can. Tip number 5, and this might get you a little bit more noticed than the next person, is by putting some relevant trainings or certificates that you might have. If you've done an etiquette class and you have this huge certificate in whatever etiquette, you know, whatever you did, put that. If you're American Red Cross, AED, and CPR certified, put that. That's important. Those are things that you do in training. Those are things that we have to be aware and abreast on. If you have a nursing certificate or something, just anything that's related to the job that you have certified in or that might be an accomplishment to you, put that on the resume. It's kind of like a little bonus, a little zhuzh, a little razzle dazzle on your resume that can just show a little bit more of what you can do other than the basic job responsibilities and duties from your previous careers that you listed. If you have like super cool talents or whatever that is like available for us to be like certified in, I don't really know, I might be going a little too far with that, but definitely with the CPR and AED and just things like that make sense for the job. Make sure it makes sense, guys. Like, don't just be putting whatever on these resumes, okay? We want you guys to get picked. We want you to be in the pile of people who get called back for an interview. So I think that putting those little certificates or whatever could be really cool and just kind of make you stand out from the next person. So those are the 5 main tips that I think that will set you up for success when applying to become a flight attendant. They're the most important. It's really simple. It's really easy. And to some of you, I might not have shared any new information. You might already be on your game, your A game, and I am so happy for you. I hope that you get your interview. And for those of you who just felt like I just dumped a whole lot of information on you and you're a little nervous and you got some work to do, it's okay because it can be achieved. This is all very easy stuff. I have one more thing, kind of like a bonus tip or information. Make sure all of your contact information is professional. Most importantly, your email. Please don't have your emails, like my name is Jasmyn. Jasmyn loves cake123 at gmail.com. jazzylovebug at gmail.com. Like, that's a no for me. Even if you have to make a new email, sis or bro, whoever you are, make that new email, make it professional. Last name dot first name dot last name dot middle name, whatever it is, simple, so that you just have a sense of professionalism. From here on out, you have now made the decision that you want to apply to become a flight attendant. I need you to think, breathe, and act like you are a flight attendant from here on out. Don't stop researching once you get that interview. Don't stop practicing your interview questions. There's so much to do. We're only at the beginning, and I'm so excited to offer you guys more videos like this that will help you get the job as a flight attendant. I want to see you guys in these friendly skies, and that's all I have for you today. So I hope this video was very helpful. If it was, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.